Okay, I know as we age, we all kind of get into genealogy. Well, the singers here, we decided that you guys might need a little education. Rod did some research, and he's going to tell you a little about genealogy. Rod, are you ready?
Hey, y'all. L. Rod T. Cornpepper here. Last time I was here, I told you a story about a squirrel down in Mississippi. Today we're going to deal with a more serious subject. Relations, relatives, and relationships. Hit it, Jimmy. Many years ago when I was 23, I got married to a widder who was pretty as could be. That widder had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her and soon they two were wed. That made my dad my son-in-law and it came from very life. Cause my daughter was my mother, cause she was my father's wife. Made the matter even though it brought me joy. I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. That little baby boy became a brother-in-law to Dad. And so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. Cause if he were my uncle, and that also made him brother to that widow's grown-up daughter, who was also my stepmother. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. Oh, lady, oh, lady, oh, lady, oh, lady, oh, lady, and had a wife that kept him on the run. And he became my grandchild because he was my daughter's son. My wife became my mother's mother, and it made me blue. Because although she was my wife, she's my grandmother too. If my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild. And every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. Because now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. How many of y'all heard that song before? Well, you probably spent countless hours twixt now and then trying to figure out whether that could really happen, whether or not it was true. Well, I'm here to tell you tonight it can, and I'm going to tell you how it happened, but I'm also going to give you a warning. If there's any of you fellers out there who's involved in a second marriage, and your wife had a daughter by a previous marriage, keep your daddy away from her. Because let's say your daddy and that little gal got hitched up and they had a son, let's say they called him Wilbur. Well, Wilbur is your dad's son, and you are your dad's son, so therefore you and Wilbur are brothers. Now, don't worry about stepbrother, half-brother, none of that kind of stuff, because where I come from, we're mostly just kin. Matter of fact, where I come from, I think all of us are kin. But be that as it may, you and Wilbur are brothers. Now, Wilbur is your daughter's son, so you're Wilbur's grandpa. Now, if you're Wilbur's grandpa, then you're grandpa to Wilbur's brothers, which is you. Ergo, you are your own grandpa. Ergo, coming from the Greek, for when you're playing basketball and the ball goes flat, go, where the hell did the air go? And the other part of that song where I have a son who turned out to be my uncle, well, I just throwed that into confusion. Where I come from, That happens all the time. You guys have a great night. See you around the barnyard.